Star Wars fans, the next Star Wars Disney Plus show is the Andor show. Now, a lot of people don't even know who Andor is or what the Andor show is going to be about or why we're even getting an Andor show, but it comes out this August 31st, so it is right around the corner, but there's a lot of good reasons to be hyped for this show, so let's get right into all of them right now. What's up, guys? Mike, I love Star Wars here. Today we're talking about the Andor show. Finally, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is come and gone, and yes, it was pretty good. The rematch of the century was pretty epic, but now it's time for Andor. The Andor show is going under the radar completely. There are so many reasons to be hyped for this show, but a lot of people, a lot of normies as they call them, don't really know about the show at all. The Andor show, following Cassian Andor from the Rogue One movie, which is by far Disney's best Star Wars movie, you can't tell me otherwise. It's going to be 12 episodes long. You look at the Obi-Wan Kenobi show that we just got was only 6 episodes. The Book of Boba Fett was even only 7. This is 12. This is double the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. This is going to run for 3 months. This is going to be a very long and awesome show. It's already confirmed for the second season, so we're already going to be getting 24 episodes of this show. Now, why would they do this if a lot of normies don't even know about Andor or who Cassian Andor even is? Because it's going to be a great show. Just because normal fans don't really know about the character of Cassian Andor, a lot of characters do know him from Rogue One because Rogue One made a crazy amount of money, and this just takes place at the time of the Empire. So the show is going to take place right around the exact same time as the Obi-Wan Kenobi show. So it's right around that 9 to 10-ish years before A New Hope. And we know Cassian Andor dies in Rogue One, which is about a few moments before A New Hope, because they get the Death Star plans and Vader is chasing Leia in that ship where we see her at the beginning of A New Hope. And the reason that everybody's so excited for this show is because of the timing of it. It's the peak of the Empire. The Senate is still around, so you have people like Mon Mothma, Bail Organa still in the Senate, and you're going to learn about more new senators, and you're going to learn about what the Empire is actually doing at this time. This is a time in Star Wars where we don't really know much of anything about how the Empire is reigning, especially on Coruscant. And this show is going to definitely have a lot of scenes on Coruscant. But again, the timing of this show allows you to see characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, like Darth Vader, like the Emperor, like Grand Admiral Tarkin, maybe even glimpses of the Death Star being built, maybe even characters from Rebels like Kanan or Hera or Sabine or Zeb, or any of them could be in this show. Not to mention the fact that even Darth Maul, who again we know dies in Star Wars Rebels, but that takes place after the Andor show, could be in this because he is running the underworld. We saw in the Solo movie at the very end when Kiara is having a holo conversation with Maul, and he's like, "Come to me, we're going to start training." He's pretty much running the underworld at that point in Star Wars. So if he's running the underworld and Andor takes place kind of in the underworld of Star Wars, wouldn't the two kind of match up? So now you're talking about a show where you could see Cassian Andor, who is one of the best characters in one of the best Disney Star Wars movies, and then you have characters like Darth Vader and the Emperor and Darth Maul and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka Tano and the Rebels cast and Mon Mothma and Bail Organa, and you're talking about an epic, absolutely epic show. So yes, it is still unclear of what the plot of the show is actually going to be about. We knew that the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was going to be the rematch of the century. We knew that the Inquisitors were going to be in it. We knew that the Book of Boba Fett was going to be about him becoming a crime lord on Tatooine. We knew about the Mandalorian who was trying to bring Grogu back to the Jedi. But the Andor show, we have no idea what's going to happen. So it's really just going to be a fun ride, and we're going to get to see this crazy story about these awesome characters while being able to see a character like Vader or like Palpatine just come and go, and it doesn't affect the canon at all because these characters are very prevalent at this time, and it is the Empire's peak. So another reason to get really excited for the Andor show is because it is a complete and full story. You look at the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, there was a lot of filler stuff, there was a lot of stuff, plot holes that just didn't really even make sense, but that is because the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was written as a movie and reworked into the show that we got. It was supposed to be a movie. It was originally written as a movie, actually as a movie trilogy, but because the Solo movie flopped so hard, Disney scrapped all of it, and then The Mandalorian came on Disney Plus, and they were like, we got something here on Disney Plus. Maybe we should turn the Kenobi movie that we had into a Disney Plus show. They split it into 6 parts, And a lot of those parts just dragged on because it was supposed to be a 2-hour movie, not a 6-hour show. But with the Andor show, it was supposed to be a show. This was written up to be a show. There's a story there. The writers wanted to tell this story, and it's a long story. 12 episodes is a long story, but with a character like Andor, you want to get to know them, and a lot of the stuff might be filler, sure, but a lot of the stuff is going to be awesome and action-packed. And another huge problem with the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was you knew that Obi-Wan, Vader, Leia, Luke, the Grand Inquisitor, they all survived the show because we've seen them in future things in Star Wars. So even when the Grand Inquisitor gets stabbed in the second episode, you're like, yeah, I know he's coming back because he survives. We know he survives. So we know that Luke wasn't going to die. We knew that Leia wasn't going to die, or Obi-Wan, or Vader. So the rematch of the century really had no pull behind it because you knew that neither of them were going to die. But with the Andor show, many people can die. We know that Andor's not going to die. We know that Mon Mothma's not going to die. But that's it. All the characters they introduced in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they could possibly die because there is no reason for them to be alive in the original trilogy, and there's no connection to them in the original trilogy, so it does not look too good. Any new character that gets introduced, they have a possibility of getting killed off. The only one in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was really Reva, and she didn't get killed off. So there are many reasons to be excited for the Andor show, but my biggest one is definitely the time period. You could have appearances from Emperor Palpatine, Maul, and Vader, and it all still makes sense. But tell me what you think in the comments below. What are you most excited for in the Andor show? And what show coming up are you most excited for? The Andor show, Tales of the Jedi. That's going to be an animated show by Dave Filoni. The Mandalorian Season 3, the Ahsoka show, the Acolyte show. There's so much Star Wars content coming within the next couple months even. But what are you looking forward to the most? Tell me in the comments below. Smash like if you like this video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video, and my pretty face will show up in that recommended feed of yours. The Andor show is just next month, just around the corner, August 31st, so get hyped. And if you don't know why you're supposed to get hyped, go rewatch this video because I just told you, and clearly you weren't paying enough attention. If you want to talk nerdy Star Wars stuff with some nerdy Star Wars people, there's a Discord link in the description below. Click that link and go talk to some people who like to talk about Star Wars. The chat is literally called The People Who Love Star Wars, so yeah, you're going to want to go check that link out in the description below. May the Force be with you. Always.